Good morning, everyone. Bloomberg Surveillance. Francine Lacroix and Tom Keene in London, in New York as well. This is a real joy. We've got 47 things to talk to the gentleman from the 6th District in Florida about. Michael Waltz, recently promoted to a full colonel in the National Guard, joins us this morning, the ex-Green Beret. And we're going to talk about the president's taxes and that in a moment. Forget about it. We're going to stop here. One of the great moments I had, sir, was on the major anniversary with President Obama on the shores of Normandy, talking to Rick Atkinson, who wrote those 3 volumes on World War II. You topped me. You jumped out of an airplane with a 92-year-old here, just recently here, to celebrate and honor Normandy. What was it like for you as a Green Beret to jump out and land on the beaches of France?
Well, it was one of the most spectacular moments of my life, and what a better way to honor those who have come before us, fought for freedom all over the world, than to jump out of a World War II aircraft, the original bird that led the invasion fleet over St. Mary Glees, with a 92-year-old paratrooper that had jumped in 1944 and then again 75 years later. Was really, as a Green Beret, really the honor of my life.
I want to talk, Congressman, about the realities at hand. You know, Mr. Biden, he of paying $3.5 million in taxes last year, is going to bring it up at this debate tomorrow night. You are the reality the president faces. You grew up with a single mom. She had to work her butt off to get you through school. How do you explain to your mother that the president paid $750 in taxes?
Well, those are the taxes. Those are the tax laws as they're structured. If we need to restructure the laws, those are the job of Congress. But at the end of the day, we have a tax structure that allows for growth, that allows for prosperity. While she busted her butt as a single mother, she was able to eventually retire as a vice president of Prudential Securities, broke through ceiling after ceiling and created a better life for me. And if you look at the case of Florida, we have 1,000 people per day moving to Florida right now, most of them from New York and other high tax states where people want an opportunity to keep money in their pocket. They can decide what to do with it rather than the government. And so I think the president followed the law as it's currently structured.
The president has a core constituency, and they have supported him from the very get-go as well. How does he gather in undecided voters at this debate tomorrow night?
Yeah, I really want to see the president just focus on what he has gotten done, which, if you think about it, it's pretty extraordinary in just 4 years. That is tax reform. That is justice reform. That is VA reform, veterans reform. Things that he doesn't get a lot of credit for. Particularly, I was at an environmental event with him where he's pledged another $250 million to the Everglades and restoring the beautiful environment that we all enjoy in Florida. So I think all of those things, getting that out on the table, people don't realize everything he's actually gotten done, will be really important.
But, Congressman, even if not illegal, is tax avoidance immoral? And what does that tell us about the president's character?
Actually, no. Most people that I know would do everything they can to not pay additional taxes. So I think we can have a debate about our progressive tax system, whether there are loopholes that need to be closed, and we can and should have that debate. We have it all the time. But again, I don't call it immoral. I don't want to pay $1 extra in taxes that I don't have to either.
Okay, Congressman, if you go around and actually say you're a great businessman, which is why people should vote for you because you want to run America like a businessman, if the president didn't lose so much money in his businesses, what does that tell us about his state as president?
Well, look, I think a lot of those things were baked into the 2016 election. People wanted somebody who would shake up the system in Washington, D.C. that they didn't feel like was working for them, and that would take a business-minded approach in terms of actually getting results. We have too many politicians, Joe Biden's one of them, who have not done anything else in their lives except be a politician. Have they led and fought in the military? Have they built a business? Have they practiced law? Just something else besides just continually running for office, which Joe Biden has done since his late 20s. So I think that contrast will be laid out in the debate. But I also think in terms of his business success or failure was already baked into what people voted for in 2016.
Congressman, one of the great coalesce moments here of all these different threads, these themes that we have, is the Affordable Care Act. You as a small business guy have made real clear, you're no fan of Obamacare, as it's called as well. It's going to be addressed by the Supreme Court here right after the election as well. I want you to speak to the Democrats of your state right now about why the Affordable Care Act is the wrong way to go.
Well, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, was based on a flawed notion that in order to have a broad enough pool of healthy Americans to bring prices down, you basically had to force people to buy the insurance. That's the individual mandate that is now up in the courts. I think it's unconstitutional to basically fine people if they didn't buy insurance. That notion has failed. The numbers have failed, and that's why people are paying anywhere from $800 to $1,500 a month in premiums and $10,000. Look, if you're paying $10,000 a month in deductibles before your plan actually kicks in, that's not a plan.
Okay, Congressman, I take your point, and I understand, and we all understand the large deductibles is a third rail. What is the president's proposal? What is Michael Waltz's proposal if we don't do the Affordable Care Act?
Well, we have to get real free market reforms into our healthcare system that actually drive down costs. A government takeover of the program, which is what Medicare for All is, only pass those costs on and will actually drive them up. Look at the VA, look at the Department of Veterans Affairs, which is actually government-run healthcare, 1,200 hospitals and clinics under government management, and all the problems that we've had. Now magnify that across the entire country where bureaucrats are running our hospital system and you're taking away private insurance. Bernie Sanders has actually been honest about that, and we'll have to raise taxes to pay for it. That's not a solution. We need to get in things like the portability of care, selling across state lines, and we can go down the list of things that will literally drive down costs.
20 seconds left. When do you jump out of an airplane again?
The next time we have our National Guard drill, and I'll be yelling airborne and thinking of you guys.
Unbelievable. Francine, he is out of his mind. Michael Waltz, well, cut and chiseled at, I believe, 46, the congressman from the 6th District of Florida. That is an extraordinary story, still jumping out of airplanes.